can even sit right down on the floor if you want to and look up this way if that's better than having to move your necks.
Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to all the children. Welcome to all our guests. I'm glad you can be here today on this United's Open House Sunday. It's been especially cold and snowy, and so it's nice to get together with our special musical guests, our special musical guests. Aren't they great, folks? Let's give them a hand. Yeah. Pastor Karla, how many years have we been having our special musical guests?
Wait, you can't remember their name, can you? I mean, you've been getting it wrong for so many years now that you've finally completely forgotten their name. Am I right?
No, that's not quite right. I mean, I have in the past had a little trouble getting our special musical guest's name right. This year, I brought some mnemonic devices to help me get their name right.
Mnemonic devices?
It's a memory aid, sounds like.
Yeah, I know that. So you mean that's what's been in this bag that you're carrying around all morning?
That is right. So if you will permit me.
Oh, by all means. This ought to be interesting, folks.
First, I have these.
Are those chopsticks?
They are indeed chopsticks.
Yeah.
Now, I know that they are not called the chopsticks.
Yeah.
Though personally, I think that would be a better name, but it sounds an awful lot like chopsticks.
Uh-huh. So anything else in that bag that might help you out?
Well, yes, indeed. I have drumsticks.
Okay, well, not quite, but you are getting warmer. I mean, at least they have something to do with music.
All right, let's see. Oh, yes. I have in here wood ticks.
What? Oh, wow, you really do have wood ticks in there. How come they're not moving around?
I put them out in the car last night, and I think they froze.
Yeah, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that, though, you're getting warmer, right? Because at least there's the word wood there. Yeah, you're warming up. Anything else in that bag?
Well, yeah, I've got some candlesticks.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, what else do I got? I got some popsicle sticks, and I used to have an ice pick, but I left that at home in the driveway when I was chopping out the tires so we could get here.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe all of this brings us back to the original question. Do you know the name of our special musical guest?
All right, so I know that wood is in the first part of the name.
Yeah?
And in the second part, it's icks. So therefore, they are the Wood Icks. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So close, so close. No, but it's the Wood Picks.
The Wood Picks, exactly. That's what I said, the Wood Picks. Welcome to our special musical guests, the Wood Picks.
Okay, so after that rather extended introduction, maybe you'd also like to say something about the Bible story for this morning.
Oh, quite right. Perhaps you heard Pastor Karla reading our Bible story from the Gospel of Luke about how Jesus was teaching to some crowds by the sea. And they were big crowds, so big that they were kind of pressing in on him. So he asked if he could borrow a boat, and they set out a little ways so he could sit down and preach, and everyone could see him while he was out there. And when he got done, he asked if they could do a little fishing. Now, these fishermen had had a bad night, hadn't caught a thing, but they listened to Jesus, and they put out into the deep water, and they did a little fishing, and they caught so many fish that their boats were ready to sink. And Jesus tells the men in the boats if they would come and follow him, they could be his fishermen. So Jesus wants all his followers to be fishermen, which is why I brought my rod here today. So all of us are to be fishermen.
Pastor Peter, that's actually not quite right.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, Pastor Karla.
Okay.
It's not fishermen, it's fisher people. But, you know, it really doesn't matter to me one way or another. I really don't like fishing. I don't have the patience for fishing. But if Jesus wants us to be fishermen, fisher people, well, then that's what we're going to do.
Okay, well, once again, you are close, but not right. Jesus doesn't want us to be fisher people. He wants us to fish for people.
Fish for people? That's ridiculous. You can't fish for people. Can you imagine the nets we would have to use? Think about the bait. I mean, you can't catch people with worms and leeches and suckers.
Wait. Now, once again, you've just taken this way too far. You're taking this much too literally.
What do you mean?
Well, when Jesus invites us to fish for people, Jesus wants us to invite people to come to know him better. Jesus wants us to reach out and let everyone know that they're welcome in God's kingdom of mercy and grace. Jesus is telling us to fish for people, and he tells us that he wants us to let others know that God's love is for the whole world, that this love can be seen in Jesus, and that this love of God changes us. It changes everything. That's what Jesus means when he wants us to fish for people. That's the good news.
Well, it certainly is good news to me, since I don't want to fish anyway. I don't have to buy a boat. I don't have to get all that gear. You know, I was kind of looking forward to something, though.
Oh, you were? What was that?
Well, I was looking at these new fish houses for ice fishing, you know.
And?
Well, I saw one. It had a heater and a television and a satellite and a couch. Now, that's what I'm talking about. I could do that kind of fishing.
Not happening. So not happening. So, what do you think we just let these children get back to their seats and let our special musical guests,
The Woodpicks.
that's right, lead us in a song. And for the children and all of us, I'm going to invite you to